Robot Collective, welcome back into the other video we're doing on the cups today. So off bat, cups, the signs for cup, the cardinal sign for cup is Cancer, the fixed sign is Scorpio, and the mutable sign is Pisces. Um, and cups are all about feeling, the emotional side, the you can kind of think of it in the sense of the cleansing, in a sense you can think of that. So we'll go ahead and we will run through the cards, what they are for the astrology aspect, and then we're going to jump into each a bit of the card. We could probably just do that at once. So anyway, we have the Ace of Cups, which is all the signs. It is all the signs. And something that people don't talk about when it comes to the Ace of Cups is the fact that there is a W, on the cup. Not many people pay attention to that, right? That W is water, which translates to mater or mother, right? This is the Mother Mary card. The dove's going into the water, quartering it. That little thing is being quartered. There's four sides of it. That little coin is being quartered. As you see, the water has lily pads in it. It's beautiful. It's green. It's flourishing. The cup is pouring out of the cup. Notice this card is cleansing, the Ace of Cups. It's allowing the divine to come in to the heart space and to the divine where it hits the heart, where all the feelings are. And it cleanses house. It goes in quarters. It splits up all the elements from the wand to the cup to the sword to the pinnacle. Now, this is where things get tricky, because why would the cups come second if this involves everything? Well, this is what happens when the idea comes to you. You get the idea, you say it's a good idea, you run with the idea, Knight of Wands to the Ace of Cups. This brings you to the realization of, oh wow, I'm excited to do this. The feelings of, oh, I'm excited, I have to plan about this. These feelings that you get, oh, I feel like I have to do this, I feel like I have to do that. Those feelings that generate the thoughts that you think, they come from this feeling, this excitement energy. Oh boy, I'm excited to do this. Now I get to plan. And then when I plan this stuff, things are going to happen on the physical. All these thoughts come from the feeling. This is why cups come before the swords. The feeling comes first. The feeling is a generator for the thoughts. Think of feelings as generator. What does water do? It nourishes. It gives. The deep down, the deep within, it allows you to nurture yourself. It allows you to grow things. But again, with back to the Ace of Cups, there's all the lily pads there. It's beautiful water. It's healthy water. It's sustainable water. There is life in this water, and it's coming out of the cup, out of mother's cup. That's what you're using. The Two of Cups, which is Mercury and Cancer. This is where a lot of people start to externalize. This card is about relationship. Yeah, not an external relationship, a relationship between you and yourself, the twin individual, the you inside of you, the masculine, the mind, stepping forward to the feminine, the emotional, the heart, to unite. Notice how he's getting her cup. He's grabbing her cup. He's going to have two cups. He's stepping forward. Look at the foot. He's stepping forward towards her. She's dressed. He's in a foolish attire. They're coming together to unify, to work together. But the masculine has to come to the heart. The heart has already been purified. It is already pure and clean. It is where the divine resides. It's the only place where the divine resides. It cannot fight back. The feminine does not fight. It receives. There's no need for it to go out and go somewhere, as it's already connected to the divine. In fact, the divine, the dove is already in the cup. It's already in the divine. What you're wanting is what the divine has placed in you. So that's why you have to take the action, the masculine going towards the feminine, the mind going to the heart, to receive, to take what the feminine inside of you, the heart space, has already received from the divine. So you can move with it. This is that healing part. This is where things come together. And that moves on to the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups, moon in Cancer. This is where distractions come in. These are bridesmaids. The one in the red, think of that as your external consciousness. We'll call it external consciousness as in your external awareness. The one in the white is you, and you're trying to cling your cup with the one in the gold, with the divine nature, with the path the divine's already set you on. An example for this would literally be you're told to go to the store and you need to only buy milk and bread. So you go to the store and you're at the milk aisle and you see all these things and you're there and you're like, damn, what if I also got these other things? But you only brought enough, let's say you only brought enough money for the milk and bread, right? That's all you're gonna get. But then you're in the store and you're like, oh, look at all these things. Like I can get cookies, I could go get chips, I could go get some cheese. I'm already in the dairy section. I can just get cheese and do all these other things. That's this distraction. It's showing itself to you. And if you notice, look at the arms. Look at where the white is holding her hand. Look at where the yellow is holding her hand. And look at where the red is holding her hand. The red is trying to clink cups with the white. The external is trying to distract you and clink cups with you. Y'all know what clinking cups is. You cheers when you clink cups. You make that agreement when you clink the drinks. You do that, you have a fun time, you drink it, you throw it down, right? It's a distraction. It's keeping you from doing what you want to do. Clinking cups is an agreement. When you do that, you're agreeing with it. Like, oh, cheers to that. And then you drink, as in that's the full ritual of the clinking of the cups, is when you drink, because it agrees you to that fate. Not to destiny, but to that fate. Notice the one in the yellow is blocking, putting her hand in front of the red, showing you, hey, you don't want that. Literally blocking, trying to block the vision of the distractions, trying to be like, hey, don't do that. This is that argument when you're with yourself, like, oh, I could go get all this other stuff. Well, I only have enough for the milk and bread. Well, I can go get bread later and go get the cheese now. Well, you need the bread if you're gonna get the cheese, because what the fuck? Like, just go get the milk and bread. Well, I could just not get the milk and then get the bread and the cheese. It's like, yeah, but what are you gonna have to drink now? Because you came here for those two things. You already have stuff at the house for the bread. That's why you needed the bread, not the ingredients. You needed the bread. You already have all the stuff you need. You need the milk to drink and the bread to eat. That's all you need. But you're looking at all these other distractions, right? And it's all there. This is a distraction card. This is where you have to dig deep. The subconscious, the moon talking to you, the inner self being, oh, look at all these other things. I can get that. I can get that. I can get that. The conscious is barking at you. The Four of Pentacles, Mars in Scorpio. This is the deciding factor. All three cups are there. All three cups are on the ground. And you're looking and you're like, and the divine's showing you, hey, instead of doing all this emotional work of stressing yourself out, of thinking about XYZ, what should you do? Take this original cup. Take the ace. This is why there's three cups and then there's the four. 1 plus 3 is 4. The ace is still in the hand in the cloud. The divine is still trying to give you that cup. What do I need to do with this idea that you've already disposed onto me, that's made me have this emotional feeling to go out and do something that I want to do? This emotional dilemma of now being stressed of my circumstance has come from, and notice how we went from the wands to the cups to the swords to the pentacles like that with this scenario. It's this quick. This is the process of life. This is what happens subconsciously, internally, and this is what conjures literally your external actions in your reality, okay? And you're sitting here, you got all three cups on the ground. You're sitting there like, okay, I could argue with myself. I could just, I could go with the distraction. I could keep going. I could go there to the store. I could do whatever, right? And then here's this cup. It's like, hey, choose the original idea. Choose the original idea, please. This is all you need to do. Just choose the original. and you're sitting there in contemplation. You're like, I don't know if I want to choose the original, and you don't know what to do. 2 5 of cups, Mars in Scorpio. Now you've made a mistake. Now you fucked up. You listened. You were overwhelmed by your five senses. You fumbled the bag. In fact, you fumbled the bag to the point to where you just left the store without anything because it was too much of a hassle, and you said, "Fuck it, I don't want anything," because of how much stress you were in. This leaves the 3 of cups and the 2 of cups to be next to you. The 3 of cups that were on the 4 of cups are now spilt over. They're now spilt. Everything inside those cups is gone. Everything inside those cups are gone. Guess who won? The 3 of cups won. They got what they wanted. The distraction. Notice the illumination over the head. He is now enlightened about the decision that was made. I made a rash decision. I got mad. I left. And now I know that my decision was bad. I am illuminated. I now see the path I should have went towards. I went down the wrong way. There's the bridge in the background leading towards the town. All you have to do is walk back to the 2 of cups, which is why the 2 of cups are behind him still. Not everything is lost. And you know that. You see that with the illumination. You know that you can just turn back and do all those things. Well, now I gotta go to the store tomorrow. That's okay. But right now I'm bummed out because I really wanted to make this sandwich today, and I just let things get the best of me. That's okay. But you're in that regretful energy and you're looking at the mistakes that you've made. Now is time to come back to yourself. 6 of cup. Okay? Sun in Scorpio. With the sun in Scorpio, you now know what to do. Scorpio is all about beginnings, death, rebirth, all those things. You now know what to do. You have an idea. The masculine is wearing the hat of humiliation, the fool hat, the dunce cap. Not really a dunce cap, but it's a fool's cap. It's a jester's cap, really, truly. And he's walking towards the feminine again. And he has the white lily, a peace offering. And you see the masonry here with the cup and the flower. And it's like, hey, look, I brought you another flower. I brought you another gift. Can we try this again? Can we try this again tomorrow? Tomorrow, I'm going to make the decision to go to the store and I'm going to just get milk and I'm going to get bread and I'm going to skedaddle out the store so I'm not stuck in this weird ass dilemma and I can just go on with my life, right? I love this scenario so much, but that's what's going on in this card is you're coming back to yourself. You see what you mistaked on, you see what you can change, you see the light at the end of the tunnel, you see the rebirth, and you're like, I'm going to go back to the store tomorrow. I'm going to do it again later. I'm just a bit overwhelmed at this time. It was just too many choices, too much sensory stuff. That's okay. To the 7 of cups, Venus in Scorpio. Now it's time to put your money where your mouth is. Look at all these options again. You go back to the store. Oh my God, they have new cheese. They have chocolate bars next to the dairy aisle today. While they move the basket of chocolates towards the dairy. Why they do that? Like now there's a bunch of other stuff there. They have new stock. They have different types of milk now. What the hell? I was just here yesterday and now they got like banana milk and oat milk. And I just wondered like, well, I don't even know why I'm here anymore because now all this stuff is there. You're overwhelmed again. But they're in the clouds. Now everything's in the cloud. It went from 1 cup being in the cloud to every cup being in the cloud. And you're sitting there looking at this again. I remember this. It's the same dilemma, but it happened more. Just because you get rid of a demon once, when it comes back, it will come back with 7 more. You remember that? This is what's going on. You're sitting there, all these things in the cloud. There's so many things that you could choose. This card breaks down. You could get knowledge. You can get a relationship. You could go with the flow of life. You could get house. You can get money. You could die in war. That's why the skull and the wreath is there, right? Or you can fall back into a lustful desire. All right? Whatever you desire to do is up to you. And with the Seven of Cups relating with the store scenario, what kind of milk do I want to get? Look at all these chocolate bars. Look at everything here. Do you want it though? No. You're getting memories. You're getting flashbacks. You're remembering how it used to be yesterday when you were at the store. Oh shit, everything's like in my face. Let me just not worry about any of this stuff. Let me move on. Eight of Cups. Saturn in Pisces. You made the decision to walk away. You said, none of these cups are worth it. I'm going to walk away. I'm not looking at anything else in the store. I'm getting my milk. I'm getting my bread. I'm leaving. I remember why I started. This is that test. Why did you go to the store? Because you wanted milk and bread. Did you want chocolate bars? No. Did you want chocolate bars when you were faced with the idea of them being there? Possibly. But you were there for two things. And now you remembered and you walked away. You're taking that journey away. You're turning your back. I'll do it some other day. It's fine. It's whatever. Right now, I'm on a mission and I need to keep my head down and focused. You're taking the journey. You're taking the long walk. Maybe you have a friend with you at the store in this scenario. Like they came with you this time. And they're like, oh my God, look at all these chocolates. You should totally get one. And they start getting them. And you're like, oh, I don't want one. It's fine. It's whatever. I don't need that right now. I came here for milk and bread. I'm going to get that. I'm going to be good. Right? So you walk away from that. The Nine of Cups. Jupiter in Pisces. Excuse me, Jupiter in Pisces. The Nine of Cups. Your genie in a bottle. Your wish is fulfilled. You ended up going to the store, getting the milk, getting the bread that you needed. The milk is half off. Holy shit. Now you have enough to go back and get a chocolate bar if you want, right? This is the wish fulfillment. This is the genie in the bottle. You stuck towards the plan, and now you've done it. A miracle has happened. You've achieved what you desired, and now you're getting rewarded. Emotional fulfillment. You're like, damn, I actually did it. So now I can go home and get that sandwich. I'm good. It's whatever. And you came home. Maybe you didn't even get the chocolate bar if you had leftover money. You just pocketed it. Now I have some extra money. Hell yeah. Anyway, you stuck with what you did. You followed the rules. Saturn tested you and you walked away, and Jupiter is rewarding you with luck. 9. This is the passing of the test. You did the test, you made it through, you aced the fuck out of it. 10 of Cups. Mars in Pisces. Your action has now made everything balanced. The celestial bridge, the rainbow, has now fully connected. You trusted yourself to do the one thing you needed to do, and now that you did it, you can now reap the rewards of a tasty ass sandwich, right? And that's going to make you feel good because damn, you've been wanting this sandwich for a while and you finally got it, right? Silly example, but it gets the point across. You did what you needed to do. You connected with yourself. The masculine and the feminine, and both of the children as well, are happy, are dancing. They're together. They're fully engaged. Again, they're happy. They're not quite married yet, but they are happy. They're listening. Now, for the queen, the page, the king, and the knight, the queen is Cancer, right? This is you being given the first feeling of wanting to go to that store. This is you knowing that if you go to the store, you're going to get temptation. This is that feeling of, oh boy, I'm going to go there to the store. This is that feeling of, oh man, there's chocolate bars here. This is that first feeling of, oh, look at all these things. It's just that first initial feeling. You haven't delved into it yet, but it's just now been formed and it's being birthed. You're sitting up there. There's not a lot of water on the shore yet. There's some, but she's sitting on the land. So you're still not fully in your emotions. You're being surrounded by them. To the page of cups, the 11th, right? You're speaking fish. He's talking to a fish in a cup. That fish in that cup is the same cup that the masculine picked up in the Two of Cups. It is the same cup that was handed to you in the Ace of Cup, and it is the same cup that is not on the Eight of Cups. That's why there's a slot missing. You now have the cup, and you don't know how to listen to that emotion. The emotion in the store is you're stressed out because you want that chocolate bar. There's so much stuff you're overstimulated, right? Whatever. This is you learning how to deal with it. It's a page. You're learning. I don't. What do you mean I'm overwhelmed because I want a chocolate bar? I just want to get it. Well, you can't because you came here for the milk and bread. Well, now I'm pissed off because I don't want to deal with this. I just wanted to get these two things. Why do I have to deal with everything else? Well, that's because you haven't matured to that point yet. You haven't overstood the why. You forgot the reason why you even showed up to the store, and you've been overstimulated by everything else. The water's in the background. You're holding your emotions back still because you need to listen to the emotion. You can't just dive into the water yet. You're not able to swim. And you're being told all these things by your emotions, like, oh, look at this, look at that. And it's just like, what are you trying to show me out of this? What am I gaining out of this? What's going on? What's the actual purpose of this? To the King of Cups, he's wearing a fish necklace. He's fully surrounded by water on a platform above the water. There's fish around him. Mastered the emotions. You finally mastered it. You went to the store, you got what you wanted. Fuck the overstimulation. You knew what you came for. You're grounded in your feelings of really wanting that sandwich, and you did what you had to do to get that sandwich. But notice how close up the water is. You're not avoiding the water, you're just surrounding yourself in it. You're allowing the feelings that you have to exist, not shaming yourself or allowing yourself to enable yourself to move forward. You're just seeing it as it is and being like, you know what? It's fine. I understand why I want all these things. I understand why everything's such a big issue at this point in time, but I'm not going to let it throw me out. To the Knight of Cups. Oh, sorry. The King is Scorpio. I should have said that. I forgot this. King is Scorpio because you completed it. You killed the challenge. You did it. The Knight of Cups is Pisces. You did it. And look what you're holding in your hand and look at the illumination around you. Also, I should point out, look at the illumination around the King as well. It's there, right? But look what you're holding in your hand. The Ace of Cups. You did it. You now have the cup that was given to you in the Two of Cups in your hand from the feminine, from the divine. That cup that you were holding as a page is now able to assist you moving on. Now that you've mastered your emotions and not going to fall into lust for the chocolate bar or gluttony for wanting more bread or whatever the hell, you know what I mean? You now are holding the cup, you've mastered it, and look at that. You're going to cross the river. You realize it's not that big of a deal. You were just surrounded by the water and it felt big. So now you're on the white horse, the divine power, the divine horsepower, the pure, the pyre, I should say, horsepower, and you're able to move forward with the masculine energy. You're able to see what you needed to do. The white is masculine, the black is feminine. You're taking forward action fully to traverse the emotions, to traverse the field that you were in with the cup in your hand to show you the exact directions, excuse me, the exact directions that you need to go to so that you're able to go to the swords, the thinking process of it. Now that you know that you're there for the milk and the bread, now you can start thinking about getting only the milk and the bread. Now you can start thinking about what bread do I want. Now that I'm not overwhelmed by all the bread choices, now I can choose a bread type. Now that I'm not overwhelmed by all the milk choices, I can choose a milk type and I'll be fine. Again, now there's only a few cards that the cups pop up in. Obviously the magician's going to be there, but also temperance. And this is two cups in the temperance. We'll talk about the temperance. There's two cups in the temperance. You're filling one cup with the other. Let me face it here real quick. Yeah, so you're pouring the left cup into the right cup. I don't make sure. You're pouring the left cup into the right cup. You're pouring the cup that the feminine had on the left into the masculine cup that was that the masculine took. And this is you. This is not an angel. Winged humans on tarot cards are your higher self. They're not angels. They're your higher self. Wings means they're elevated. They're heavenly. They're above. Heaven just means above. If heaven is really Orion's belt and it's above, right? This is you in a higher state where you're able to nurture yourself. You're standing in your emotions in the water, purifying wherever you walk. Your feelings are guiding your path, or guiding your feet. And not only that, but you're pouring nurturing nutrients, sufficient water around. You're surrounded by floral. You're pouring healthy water into your masculine's cup because you see the way that you need to move forward, and you're moving forward. The illumination, the halo, the crown in the background, you know the goal, you know how to get there, you know the path. You just need to take some time to ground yourself and to show yourself that this is the way. Technically, on the star card, they're jars, they're still cups, right? In a sense. And it's the same thing. You're allowing your spiritual to nurture your physical, and you're allowing your physical to nurture your spiritual. And by that, you're taking the actions that you feel that you truly need to take, right? The divine instructions that grant you that beautiful feeling, you're pouring into yourself on that, to where now that you're following the divine order that you were given, now you're able to nurture yourself on the physical by seeing the end result being more gratifying than just pleasing the ego. Now you've made a stronger connection with the divine. Now you can hear the divine more clearly. Now you can see and understand why you needed to follow the divine's instructions in the first place. But this is about the cups. Thank you all so much for being here. And thank you all so much for all the support. I love each and every one of you all, to the moon and back, tenfold and forever. Wadu Ashoy. And I will see you later.